Hello friends, here now we are going to study the last unit of this chapter, quality of water. Right, in previous lecture we had studied how to study the physical characteristics and test physical test which we perform on water. Basically, why we have to study these physical or chemical properties? Because before supply of water we have to test or we have to check the quality of water, because it is issue of public health. If we don't perform any test, then it will be hazard. If there is any hazardous material in water or content in water, then it will create a health issue to the consumer. So we have to take these physical or chemical tests or study the physical or chemical and biological properties of the water. Right, now in today's lecture we are going to start chemical properties of the water or characteristics of the water, and chemical test which we are going to perform, we will study in this lecture. Right, there are certain following chemical characteristics of water and test which are we are going to perform or study in this lecture only. They are total solid, hardness, chloride, dissolved gases, pH value, nitrogen and its compound, dissolved oxygen, iron and magnesium, and fluoride. These are certain chemical properties we have to study and chemical tests we have to conduct to check the quality of water before supply. Then first, what is total solid? Right, ज्याला तुम्ही आपण मागच्या वेळेस म्हणलो होतो टर्बिडिटीची जी टेस्ट असते तिला पुढे आपण टोटल सॉलिड टेस्ट म्हणून स्टडी करतो. जे पाण्यात डिझॉल्व झालेले असतात कंटेंट त्याला म्हणायचं डिझॉल्व्ड इम्प्युरिटीज, आणि जे वॉटरमध्ये सस्पेंडेड फॉर्ममध्ये असतात, विरघळलेले नसतात, तरंगणाऱ्या दशेत असतात, त्यांना म्हणायचं सस्पेंडेड सॉलिड. राईट, देन हाऊ टू टेस्ट, ह्याच्या टेस्ट कशा घ्यायच्या? एक 50 ml सॅम्पल घ्यायचं किंवा एक तुम्ही फिक्स्ड क्वांटिटीमध्ये सॅम्पल घ्या, जे काही वॉटर तुमच्याकडे असेल त्याला वॅटमॅन पेपर नंबर 40 हे नोट डाऊन करून ठेवा. तुम्हाला वॅटमॅन पेपर नंबर 40 वापरायचं आहे आणि त्याच्यातून हे पाणी गाळून घ्यायचं आहे. पाणी गाळून घेतल्यानंतर जे वॅटमॅन पेपर नंबर 40 वरती तरंगलेले सॉलिड्स आहेत ते हीटरमध्ये ठेवायचे 24 तासांकरता, आणि नंतर त्याचं वजन घ्यायचं आहे. तसंच जे पाणी तुम्ही गाळलेलं आहे ते गाळलेलं पाणीसुद्धा घ्यायचं आहे, किंवा दुसरं पाणी तुम्ही एक दुसरं सॅम्पल घ्या आणि त्या पाण्याला गाळू वगैरे नका, त्याच्यात जे खाली सेटल झालेलं सॉलिड आहे ते घ्या तसंच, आणि ते तुम्ही हीटरमध्ये ठेवा. 24 तासानंतर काय होईल, दुसरं जे सॅम्पल होतं त्याच्यातलं जे पाणी ते सगळं इव्हॅपरेट होऊन जाईल, बाष्पीभवन होईल त्या पाण्याचं, आणि खाली जे सस्पेंडेड आपलं डिझॉल्व्ड सॉलिड असेल ते उरेल. त्याचं वजन घ्यायचं, त्याला म्हणायचं डिझॉल्व्ड सॉलिड. आणि दुसरं तुम्ही काय घेतलं होतं, एक वॅटमॅन पेपर नंबर 40 घेतला होता, त्याच्याने पाणी गाळून घेतलं होतं आणि त्याच्यात काहीतरी सॉलिड जमा झाले होते, त्याच्यातलं पण पाण्याचं कंटेंट निघून जाईल आणि फक्त सॉलिड उरेल, त्याला म्हणायचं सस्पेंडेड सॉलिड. प्रत्येकाच्या लक्षात आलं? हाऊ टू टेस्ट दिस देन टोटल सॉलिड? यू हॅव टू यूज वॅटमॅन पेपर नंबर 40. आय हॅड एक्सप्लेन्ड ऑल दिस or shortly this procedure in this slide. Right, then what is permissible limit for the total solid? It is from 500 milligram per liter to 1000 milligram per liter. It should not exceed to the 1000 milligram per liter. Then hardness. बघा, हार्डनेस म्हणजे काय? ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही एखाद्या पाण्याने हात धुता त्यावेळेस साबणाचा ज्या पाण्यात फेस होत नाही त्या पाण्याला म्हणायचं, किंवा कमी फेस होतो त्याला म्हणायचं हार्ड वॉटर, आणि ज्या पाण्यात तुम्ही हात धुतल्यानंतर इझिली फेस तयार होतो, फोम तयार होतो, त्याला म्हणायचं सॉफ्ट वॉटर. राईट, देन हाऊ टू कंडक्ट दिस हार्डनेस टेस्ट वी आर स्टडिंग हिअर. हार्डनेस ऑफ वॉटर, इट इज property of water which prevent the formation of leather foam with the soap. It is caused due to the presence of carbonates and sulfates. You have to underline this word. कशामुळे हार्डनेस येतं वॉटरमध्ये? ड्यू टू कार्बोनेट्स अँड सल्फेट्स ऑफ कॅल्शियम अँड मॅग्नेशियम, Ca and Mg. Hardness are of two types, temporary hardness caused due to bicarbonate of calcium and magnesium. It is also known as carbonate hardness, and it can be removed by boiling. Simple boiling procedure we can remove the temporary hardness. Then permanent hardness by chloride and sulfate of calcium and magnesium. It is also known as non-carbonate hardness and cannot be removed by just boiling. You have to perform certain chemical test on it, right? The hardness can be found by using soap test. We will study in our practical sessions what is soap test, right? Then chlorides basically present in all type of natural water. Presence of high chloride may indicate water get polluted due to sewage and other human industrial waste. If there is mixture of any type of industrial or human wastewater, then that water will definitely contain more amount of chloride. It is found by boiling silver nitrate and potassium chromate to the sample water gets reddish brown, right? We have to take a sample of water, then we have to add it in silver nitrate and potassium chromate and boil it and observe the color up to it gets reddish brown, right? In fresh water contains how much amount of content is allowed or permissible is 100 to 200 mg per liter, right? High desirable level of chloride content 250 mg per liter, milligram per liter, and maximum permissible level is 600 milligram per liter. Above it is not allowed. Chloride content can be calculated by titration method. We can perform or we can find the chloride test by using titration method. In this method, silver chromate is added in a sample of water, then it turns reddish brown, right? We will also see this procedure in our practical sessions. Then pH value, right? pH, you had studied this in your 10th class also. What is pH of water? Generally, potable water, it is 6.5 to 8.5. It means water should be neutral. It should not be basic or it should not be acidic. It denotes the concentration of hydrogen ion in the water. It measures or indicates acidity or alkalinity, or we can say it at base. It depends on the nature of dissolved salt and minerals. Acidity, the mineral acid, free carbonate, carbon dioxide, sulfate of iron and aluminium. Alkalinity, hydroxide means bicarbonate of sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium. pH can be found by digital pH meter. We can find out pH value by using digital pH meter. You have to write down this also, or litmus paper test. You had studied in your 10th class science that what is litmus paper test, right? Then there are other two type of method to find the pH value. They are electrometric method and colorimetric method. Then dissolved gases. Water contains various gases from its reaction with the surrounding atmosphere, right? It gets react with surrounding atmosphere, and many more gases contains dissolved gases in the water. Usual gases are nitrogen, methane, hydrogen, carbon dioxide and oxygen. These gases affect the severe water properties, such as methane has explosive properties. Excess carbon dioxide indicate the presence of biological activities. It means if there is excess amount of carbon dioxide, it means that there is presence of biological activity. It means the algae or fungi or human organisms are in much amount in that water and causes corrosion also. Dissolved oxygen for potable water should be limited to 5 to 10 ppm. ppm means part per million, right? Then nitrogen and its compound. Nitrogen and its compound present in water in the following four forms, right? free ammonia, aluminidyl ammonia, nitrates and nitrites. Amount of free ammonia in potable water should not be exceed, you have to write down all these numerical values in your notebook, 0.15 ppm parts per million. Presence of nitrite indicates the organic matter present in water is not fully oxidized, it should not be nil. The amount of free ammonia is measured by simple boiling water, right? Then biological test. Why we have to test or conduct this biological test? Because if consumer is going to consume this water, then it will direct affect his health. So we have to test biologically the water before supply. These type of tests are necessary by measuring bacteria and other harmful pathogens. We have to test the content of bacteria and other harmful pathogens. All bacteria are not harmful to living organism. Those which are helpful are known as non-pathogenic bacteria. Write down it. And you have also studied this in your 10th standard science. And the bacteria which are harmful are known as pathogenic bacteria. Both type of bacteria are present in intestine, right? This type of bacteria are present in intestine of warm-blooded animal, it means human also, and this type of bacteria present in human intestine are known as B. coli's group. So there are two type of biological tests which are going to be performed majorly on the water sample are total count and B. coli's, and last one is E. coli's test, right? We have to test this test before supply of water to the consumer. Then what are the quality standards? As per the IS, we have to maintain the quality of water before supply. Then what should be the permissible limit of color is 50, right? On cobalt scale, platinum cobalt scale, you have to write down that also. And 10 is the desirable, right? Water should be in 10 on platinum cobalt scale and 50 is the permissible limit. Then hardness. What should be the hardness of water? It should be 75 to 115 ppm. And what is permissible limit? It is 600 ppm. Then what is pH value? pH value should be the 6.5 to 8.5 is the permissible limit, right? Then turbidity. Turbidity should be 25 NTU naphthometric turbidity units or 1 to 5 naphthometric turbidity units. Then chloride should be within the range of 1000 mg per liter to 250 mg per liter. It means 250 mg per liter to 1000 mg per liter. Temperature should be within the range of 10 degree to 15.600 degrees Celsius. And total dissolved solid should not be more than 3000 mg per liter in potable water. And desirable limit should be the 500 to 1500 mg per liter. So these are the water quality standards as per the IS Indian standard. You have to write down it on your notebook, and this question is also has been asked for your end semester exams. Then this is the end of this chapter. Now you have to solve these assignments which are based on your MSBT examination papers. That first question number 1 is define intake structure, state the types of and explain any one. Then state the importance of public health engineering. Then what is the need of analysis of water, state various tests performed on water, define design period and the factors affecting it. Then estimate the population at the end of year 2021 by the incremental increase method. And sixth question, draw the flow diagram of the water supply scheme from source to consumer. And last one, state any 4 factors affecting the demand of water. You have to write down these assignments on your journal pages and upload it to the online platform. So Anybody is having any problem in this chapter, please do ask in comment section. Thank you.